tuna.
Bro, low key, Subway used to have a good tuna sandwich. I ain't gonna hold you.
It wasn't tuna.
It wasn't, but that shit used to
Whole
smack.
time.
Nope.
That shit used to
not
smack.
at all. Nah, bro. And wait, he was on the pod when we talked about that, saying why are you ordering
Tuna from Subway?
From Subway.
Well, now, yeah, I ate that shit when I was in high school.
Oh.
You're eating a tuna sandwich from Subway anyways.
Anyways.
Anyway.
And then replay it. Tuna's
Tuna
great.
Subway. I mean, now, it's
Honest.
like, we were also talking about in the context of
Tuna's
now.
the best.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch ass trick.
Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 89, the Santana Moss episode.
Yes, sir.
Steve Smith Jr. episode.
Oh, yes, very true. Damn, we have rookies over here. I got to turn the TV down.
G shit.
Where the remote at?
Damn, I thought we was ready.
Well, we going to keep it rolling. But we got myself, Zach, Phil, and then AJ in the building. Once again, we do not have young Lukey. But how y'all boys doing? How was y'all week?
I'm chilling, G.
City edition dropped, so it was crazy.
Yes, sir.
Worked a lot of hours.
Shout out to the City Edition.
Week was whatever. You know, storm came through, worked from home a day and a half. I don't know. We kind of felt long, but other than that, it is what it is.
Bro, it definitely felt long. Even having
long for y'all? It felt quick
Wednesday.
for me.
Really?
Yeah.
It felt long because.
Well, I had Tuesday off.
Oh, did you?
Because they gave us Tuesday off for voting and stuff.
Yeah.
They gave y'all off to vote.
Yeah.
I wish they would have gave us off.
NBA
to
also
vote.
had 0 games on voting day. They had the day off too.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
even peep that.
That was part of like that whole. Remember when take a stand?
Yeah.
No, I woke up at 7
I
o'clock to go
take a
vote,
stand. At 7 o'clock.
and I didn't get out till like 8 something.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't register in my county, so I had to go through all that paperwork.
Got you. Yeah, but even working from home on Wednesday, which somewhat felt like a day off, like Wednesday felt like it should have been Friday. I went back to work on Thursday. I'm like, God damn, this week's still going on?
I saw how I felt. I'm like, I was in a team chat. I'm like, today feel like Friday. I had to look at the map.
Yeah.
Or the calendar.
map?
Not the map. I had to look at the calendar and was like, damn, it's only Thursday.
Yeah.
Gotta look at the map, my guy.
Yeah, that storm day threw me off too. I ain't gonna hold you.
That
Bro,
week ass
tomorrow's
storm.
gonna be long for me too.
Yeah. We got a meeting in the morning. You work in a tournament. What else you got going on?
Then fights with Phil.
Oh, so you
yeah.
going?
Yeah, I already got the ticket.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
Who's
I
fighting?
shouldn't have got the ticket because Mo's not fighting no more. But
Can you sell it?
and then the fights after, probably not. No, right? I don't think so.
I mean, maybe.
But then you probably guys gonna watch the fights after too.
We are
right?
gonna watch the fights after.
So I'm gonna slide.
But it's gonna be some good fights though. So you might. I mean, you met some of the homies on the team. So
Yeah.
it'd be some good fights. We got 3 fights on the card, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Trying to go 3-0 this weekend. Yeah, man.
Got you.
Shout out to Dan. I'll say that for later.
Okay. AJ, outside of the week flying by for you, is it a good week for you?
No, I mean not really, because I was basically sick the whole week.
Really?
Today's the best I felt the whole week.
I'm glad to hear that you're recovering.
You want a hug, G? I got hugs.
No, I'm good. I appreciate it though.
All right. Sometimes hugs make people feel better. I got you if you need
No,
one.
I was on the verge of getting sick, but I usually can hold it off pretty well, which is like drinking health juice and whatever.
You got to get them flu shots from Raw Juice. Or
Yeah.
ginger
Shit's
shots.
Bro, I have my own juicer. I can make anything.
Yeah, that's facts. Bro, you love that juicer. Every
I want
opportunity
that. I want a juicer, bitch.
you get to bring up the juicer, you gonna bring it up.
Why not? You telling me to go buy some shots, bro? I got the juicer.
Yeah, that's facts.
I got it like straight. And the things with juice, like cold pressed juice anyway, it has a short half-life. So like if you don't drink it right away or within the first 3 days,
Yeah, it's
it
gonna go
loses
bad.
most of the, not even that it's bad, it just loses most of the nutritional value.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Hey, AJ, you got the juice now.
You
Yes,
got
sir.
the juice. You got the juice. But nah, I mean it was a whatever week outside of it going by slow. I mean, last weekend was super shitty, which we'll get to sports later, but Canes got smackingtoned
Smoke.
by FSU. Was at that game, my first FSU UM game since like 2001, 2002.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah,
I know
that
you was
shit.
in that bitch with the Arnold fist.
That shit was brutal, bro. bro. I was pissed. We left. What?
He said the Arnold fist.
Arthur.
Arthur, bro.
I was gonna let
Same
it pass.
shit.
I was gonna let
The
it
Arnold
pass.
fist.
Arnold Arthur.
Yeah. So it was rough. FSU fans talking shit. Then just dealt with a whole bunch of drama this week with my students. I feel like there's always some drama going on. Certain areas, not like in other areas, just having to put out little fires here and there. But outside of that, it is what it is. And then it sucks. Like basketball season starting up, and I already got games getting canceled. Games getting canceled because the storm. Games getting canceled for whatever reason. I'm too broke to be having these games get canceled. That's like $500 right there, just down the drain.
Yeah, run that man's money.
Yeah, for real. But we can get into the top. Well, even before that, we in November. It's Phil's birthday month. It's Luke's birthday month.
Luke's birthday November 2?
Bro,
What?
you are a terrible fucking friend. His birthday is
I don't
like
remember none of y'all niggas'
3
birthdays.
days before
FYI.
yours.
No, 3 days after.
After, yeah.
It's on my calendars. I don't remember none of y'all niggas' birthdays, just FYI. I'm terrible with
You are,
birthdays.
yeah, but is Brandon's in November too or no?
No, this is January.
January, that's right. I knew his was the same as like a bunch of other people, which January I have a bunch of people. But yeah, Luke's is 3 days after yours, bro. We literally celebrate yours and then try to celebrate Luke's right after.
I always forget.
Yours is the 21st, right?
Mhm.
And then
Y'all
Luke's
good
is the
friends, that's
24th, yeah. I only remember yours because 21 is my favorite number, is your favorite number, so that's how I
21.
remember.
Wait, why is 21 your favorite number? Are you always
Sean-
trying to be like me?
No,
Jay?
Sean Taylor.
All right,
You were
fair. I
21.
give you that. I
Yeah.
give you that.
Your favorite number is 21?
Yeah, because 21 is my golden birthday. I'm also the middle child, and 21 is the middle number in my birthday.
Huh?
So 11, 21, 89. 21 is the middle number. I'm the middle child, and 21 is my golden birthday. And 2 + 1 = 3, and 9 Iverson was my favorite.
That last one was a stretch.
This nigga, all of them are
I'm
stretches.
telling you. I'm
All
telling
of
you. This
them
is
are
why.
stretches.
2 + 3, but 1 comes after 2. So
2
naturally,
+ 1
2
=
1.
3, and
Yeah.
Allen Iverson was my favorite player growing up. One of them, but yeah.
Wait, also, what is a golden birthday? Isn't that like when you turn like 25 or some shit?
No, your
No.
golden birthday is the day of your birthday. So like
Phil, let me explain it.
yeah, I can't.
Golden birthday is when the age you're turning is the same as the day your birthday's on.
Yeah.
So yours is what, the 4th?
Yeah.
So when you were 4, that was your golden birthday.
Gotcha.
When you turned 21, that was
That's
his
my
golden
golden
one.
birthday.
When I turned 1, because I'm the first, that was mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, outside of both y'all birthdays, also my dad's birthday early in the month. We coming
Shout
up
out
on
to
our
Dad.
2-year anniversary. Honestly, I don't even at this point know the exact date of our 2-year anniversary. I thought it was November 16th. I thought it was supposed to be next Friday, and that's why I had put it on here, the 18th, which obviously if it's next week, I can't do the future thinking. But I think it might be the 22nd. I think so. Sorry if it's not this upcoming week, but whatever. We'll say our 2-year anniversary is
Wait, we
coming
did
up
our
on
first
18th.
episode the day after my birthday?
I want to say so. I know it was around your birthday. It was for sure in November.
Oh,
Because I think I looked up a YouTube video, and I think episode 1 we might have posted on the 18th. But last year when I posted our 1-year anniversary post on Instagram, it was on the 22nd. So maybe it's somewhere in between those dates.
Damn, if that's the case,
I don't think the first one was on his birthday. Because we did like
a couple shoots.
we
I
did
feel
like a cake or whatever, right? We surprised him, or with donuts.
We were surprising with something.
Yeah, but the first one was like,
I think I did bring donuts.
we
but I'm
had
not
the
sure.
we had the mouth noises one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it should be. Let's just look on pods whenever we uploaded mouth noises.
Well, so I
We
deleted.
didn't upload the first one though.
No,
It was
the
the
first,
second one was
the
the
first,
first one, right?
Okay, so look, I have episode 1 on YouTube. It's still on YouTube. On where we post podcasts, I deleted it, episode 1 and 2, because the quality was so bad, and I was
Right.
kind of ashamed by it. So November 18th, 2020 is when this was posted on YouTube.
So that's our first.
Oh, and then the second one we probably shot
Yeah.
on his birthday.
Oh, I'm gonna put Kobe up.
Kobe don't know how to act. Bro, he's just gonna go back and do the same thing, bro. He knows that trick.
He like, yo, stop playing with me, G. I hate when dogs run away from me. Cause Toby run away from me, and
Yeah.
then he back himself into a corner and start growling at me. Like when you try to grab him, he started try to bite at you,
Yeah.
and I'm like, bro, stop playing with me. I hate that shit. or he runs and he's like a little sprinter, so he'll run around in the table in circles.
He a runner. He a track star.
Yeah, he's good. Like he'll run under the table. He'll halfway run around the table, so you come around to the other side, and then he'll run around and then do that. Nigga's good.
But 2 years. Didn't think we'd get to this spot.
No,
Not at all.
Luckily we got you.
Facts.
You've been putting the team on
Shout
your
out
back.
to the boy.
Yeah. Again, I know we apologized last year too, Phil, but I feel like I owe you a second apology because we all thought that you
Every
would be
year I
the
want an apology.
definitely thought you'd be the demise of this podcast, but that has not been the case at all.
Whole time it was Luke and Grizz.
Yeah. So, I mean, we lost a member along the way. Grizz, I'm sure he'd still want to come on here and there whenever. He just can't commit to it. He's always welcome. And then Lukey, he just always busy. He was in Kentucky, finally came back.
Indiana.
Kentucky, then Indiana. Yes, correct.
He was in what?
I think he was
No,
in
he was always in Indiana.
No, it was Indiana. We didn't start until he was back.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad.
You right?
But yeah, Luke, we glad that you moved back and officially on the podcast.
Wait, are we glad that he moved back?
I'm glad. And then there was something. Oh, Thanksgiving, of course. I almost forgot about Thanksgiving. So that's one of my favorite holidays. I just love fucking eating. As a vegan, well, before you were vegan,
you don't really like eating though, bro.
I do. y'all
you don't
think
really be
y'all
eating.
think y'all think I don't, but I really
Zach a
do.
munch.
He
But
eats, but like not food.
Before you were vegan, did you fuck with Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday.
Is it still your favorite holiday as a vegan?
Yeah, because there's a bunch of
my favorite
vegetables.
holiday. Yeah.
True.
It's just my favorite holiday because it's generally it's close to my birthday, and I usually go see family around that time.
Got you.
Yeah.
So it's more so the meaning of Thanksgiving as opposed to like because I don't
The
really care.
meaning of Thanksgiving,
I mean,
slaughtering of Native Americans is what's
not
your
that
favorite?
part. The meaning of like being thankful for shit and your family coming around, being around a meal, having a home cooked meal, like especially living away from family. Like so none of my family's in Florida, so whenever I can go, I usually try to travel for Thanksgiving. Like most times I went home was generally around Thanksgiving.
So what is your favorite Thanksgiving meal now that you're vegan?
Ooh, Danny makes a really good vegan mac and cheese. My jackfruit pot roast is really good, and garlic mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Cause I usually don't get that through like normal.
Garlic mashed potatoes.
Got you.
I laugh because, but you
I did
you
I did
jackfruit everything.
I did a cornbread skillet last year. That was pretty good.
And that actually sounds lit.
And my mom makes greens for me. So I mean, greens my favorite food. But
Is it just cornbread in a skillet, or does it consist of anything else?
No, it's just you cook it in a cast iron as opposed to like a pan. My mom makes greens for me, but she makes it the same way and takes out the turkey wings, so it tastes the exact same to me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited because I'm going to DC to spend time with my family this Thanksgiving, and Danny will get to meet like my brother Cello, my sister Jaco, and our family will be together since my pops passed.
Does
So
Cello live in DC?
Virginia.
We still haven't met him.
he lives in Virginia.
When we gonna meet this nigga, bro?
Whenever he comes down to Florida,
Alright.
we need to make a bob to DC. I told AJ to pull
Yeah.
up.
Bet. And then JB in DC, right?
Yeah, we gonna be at JB's house.
Got you.
Yeah.
So I know at least one of the last two pods we've talked about on like when we're close to Thanksgiving, we've talked about our favorite foods. But what is the worst like Thanksgiving dish? I'm gonna say cranberry sauce, but
You
if I put
sleep.
that, yes, you
Yeah, you
tripping with
sleep.
that stuff?
You
No,
sleep.
wait, I'm sleep or
You
sleep?
sleep. Cranberry
Stuffing's
sauce is
trash.
stuffing's ass.
Oh, y'all bugging. Stuffing is one of the best things.
No, nigga, you never had dressing.
I actually haven't. I know you talk about it all the time.
Because you haven't had dressing, nigga. Dressing shits on stuffing. Stuffing's buns compared to dressing.
Well, the cranberry sauce is disgusting.
You tripping. You
Yeah,
can't
you
even
tripping.
have dressing without having cranberry sauce. It's not the
Right.
same. It's like fucking. It's a
Cranberry
pair.
sauce is lit.
They're married.
Do you like cranberries?
Nah.
How do you like your cranberry
then
sauce,
you
AJ?
don't like, huh?
How do you like your cranberry?
I like
do you
just-
like the
I just like
jelly
cranberries
cranberry
in-
sauce
in
or
general.
the
Like a compote or something?
Yeah, I like the jellied cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
straight out the can.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think I've had it before. I don't think I mind it. I mean, it's not something I it's not at the top of my list, but I do enjoy it. But stuffing is just, I don't know.
Did you say
It's weak.
what you don't like?
No, I mean stuffing's okay. It's just I feel like stuffing's like Stuffing's like knockoffs. It's like
What you
Adidas.
mean?
It's like Adidas making Yeezys without the name. That's what.
Because you're saying
dressing's
dressing's a
better.
real thing.
Yeah.
But
Stuffing, we like stuffings for us. I would get at my wife friends' Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
Because all the black Thanksgivings I went to, they make dressing. So I didn't start having stuffing until I went to like white Thanksgivings.
Your family makes dressing, right? Or I mean stuffing, right?
I don't know.
And because
I think I don't know what's the difference again. You call it.
It's
stuffing,
very
but
similar.
I don't think we usually even make it though.
But I'm pretty sure stuffing is made with corn meal
Okay.
and dressing is made with bread.
And when you brought it up to me, I thought it might have been a Midwest thing, but you were saying it's a black thing, and
It's a black thing. Black people make dressing.
So
But
it's
maybe it's the
also-
southern thing too,
yeah.
though.
I feel like also coming from one, not international, but like, an international family or a family that's not from the U.S. And a Caribbean family. A lot of times when you have someone that moves from out of the state to the States, they assimilate to American culture, white culture. 'Cause
Correct.
that's what they know. So obviously, when they're trying to do their Thanksgiving, I mean, they might have some like Caribbean type shit, Suriname shit, but they made stuffing. Like I had never heard of dressing until you brought that shit up to me. Like I was 20 some years old when you brought that shit up to me. I had never heard of that.
It's the difference. The coloring is different.
Okay.
Stuffing's a lot dark. Dressing's a lot darker than stuffing.
Mhm.
And in dressing, it's turkey wing based. So
Okay.
you put turkey wings in the dressing, and
Got you.
I'm pretty sure it's breadcrumbs with like celery and vegetables and
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't like celery, so if there's a lot of celery in any of it.
Celery has no taste. How you don't like celery?
The celery definitely has a taste.
Celery has a taste. I like celery. I love celery.
I don't like it. I don't dislike it either. But
I can eat
I
celery
usually
every
only
day.
eat it ants on the log if I'm trying to be nostalgic.
Is
or
that celery and peanut butter?
with
Raisins
raisins
or
on
something?
top.
What?
Yeah.
Nigga, you weird. You really
And then-
did grow up American.
and
I ain't
then-
talking black American.
and then celery with like either ranch or blue cheese.
I do my celery with hummus. It's good.
Also, this was should have put this on the list, but we could talk about it now. What are some foods that y'all feel people constantly shit on that really aren't that bad? I have 3. Raisins, which I feel like everybody hates. I love raisins. Olives, everybody hates.
I love
Olives is
olives.
trash.
I love olives.
And then you and me can agree on this blue cheese, which everyone hates.
Blue cheese
and
is
I love
buns.
blue cheese.
I like
What?
artichokes.
You
I
don't
like
like blue
marinated
cheese?
Nah,
artichokes.
Oh, he's
he
vegan.
hates blue cheese.
But I didn't, even when I wasn't vegan, I thought blue cheese was ass. If it was like blue cheese and ranch, give me ranch every time. I was like,
Yeah,
who the
that's
fuck
disgusting.
eats blue cheese?
I just like the bitterness of it.
It tastes so bad to
You
me.
said artichokes. I feel like people don't really dislike artichokes
I
like
love
that.
marinated artichokes. Trader Joe's has these artichokes to go in the pack.
Yeah.
I love those.
You gotta be sophisticated to enjoy blue
Yeah.
cheese.
Is there anything else that people constantly?
Tuna salad. I feel like people don't really like it.
I like a good tuna salad.
I feel like I've never
you
had
don't,
tuna
yeah.
salad.
Not anymore, but una. It's una.
Yeah, or just like tuna in general.
Yeah, I do like tuna, but I don't think I just don't like any type
canned
of
tuna type, yeah.
salad type thing.
Yellow mustard.
Okay.
Like
People usually don't like yellow mustard.
I
Nah,
feel
I
like
feel like a
well,
lot
like
of
on
people don't.
burgers and shit.
Well,
like-
see, I feel like that's the only way
I-
they will eat.
I prefer yellow mustard on burgers over ketchup.
I agree. Well,
And
I also hate.
and I think most people don't.
I don't like ketchup, so
Yeah, I think most people don't.
got
And
you.
I love good mustard.
Got you. All right, if y'all don't have anything else, we can go into.
Wait, so Phil? What do you think that is good that people usually don't like?
Let me think.
Jackfruit barbecue.
No,
sliders.
people love the jackfruit. Let me see. I mean, well, olives was a good one because I really love olives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all like pickles?
Yeah.
I love pickles.
I like sweet pickles. I don't like.
You like sweet
You don't
pickles?
like dill pickles?
Nah, I like the butter and chip and butter,
Yo, that's
whatever
a
it's called.
sugar
Those
baby
type of
for real.
pickles. So you don't like the sweet
I don't
ones?
really like sweet ones that much.
Tatiana's the same way. She thinks it's disgusting.
I love
Like she loves pickles, but she will not eat the sweet ones. I only will eat the sweet ones.
Yeah, that's weird, bro.
I guess so. Cause seeing someone just eat like a whole ass pickle, one looks sus, but two it just does not look appetizing at all.
Well, I would say
and is not
coconut
appetizing.
water. Before
Oh,
coming to Florida,
coconut water
a lot
is
of people
fucking disgusting.
don't like coconut water.
It's-
I love coconut
You don't
water.
like coconut water? Zach?
No.
I
And
love coconut
you
water.
take away my Caribbean card.
crazy.
Coconut water is gross.
You wildin'. I could drink coconut water like regular water.
Bro, that shit is. I mean, I'll drink it, but no, it definitely tastes like water that someone took a bath in. Like that shit is not good at all.
Yes,
and I
I'd
feel
say
like
that.
every time I've had it, maybe I need to have it cold. Every time I've had it, it's been like lukewarm, room temperature. It's not ever cold.
I
And
mean,
probably
cold
need to have it
coconut
cold.
water.
Yeah.
It doesn't change.
Cold is usually better.
It's more refreshing. But yeah, coconut water's probably it.
Got you. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good
I didn't
one.
know that many people didn't like it.
There's a lot of people.
Nah,
that like
yeah,
coconut water.
there's definitely majority of people probably. Well, most people probably haven't even had coconut water if you're not in Florida.
I feel like, if you're not from, most people outside of Florida, I feel like don't fuck with coconut
And that's probably
water
just
like
South Florida. If you're
Yeah.
in like Central North Florida, you probably haven't had coconut water. Did you have any
What?
things
No, I
that?
said tuna.
Oh yeah, tuna.
I wasn't talking
That's
about
right.
like what do you call it, tuna, but just regular tuna.
that. Bro, low key, Subway used to have a good tuna sandwich. I ain't gonna hold you.
It wasn't tuna.
It wasn't, but that shit used to
Whole
smack.
time.
Nope,
that shit used to
not
smack.
at all. Nah, bro. And wait, he was on the pod when we talked about that, saying why are you ordering?
Yeah, tuna from Subway.
From Subway.
Well, now, yeah, I ate that shit when I was in high school.
Bro, it don't matter. It
Okay,
absolutely
one of the other
does
people in our
not
high
matter. I'm gonna see if I can find the clip. But nah, bro, the only thing I ever used to order from Subway, and this is when I used to eat red meat, was the meatball subs.
Same.
Those
I used to get
shits
the
were
meatball and the
those shits
tuna.
were
Meatball
fire.
subs were lit. I had what else did I eat from there? I always like you don't eat. I mean,
Oh,
you-
they used to
so
have
you
a-
ate red meat then?
Yeah, I told y'all I stopped eating red meat in 5th grade.
They used to have a good chicken. I mean, it wasn't good, but the chicken breast sandwich.
Yeah,
You do like chicken breast, like I think it was the pizza sauce.
Wait,
and
hold
shit.
up.
You shut your face.
like chicken
Subway
parm.
is
Mhm.
disgusting.
That's right. I
But
agree.
the point of this is Subway is getting sued because apparently they aren't using real tuna
wow.
on
What
their
is it?
tuna sandwiches.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
feel like you said
concoction
it.
of different
I
stuff.
probably did.
Maybe it wasn't in the clip. Oh,
You're eating a tuna sandwich from Subway anyways.
Anyways,
Anyway,
and then replay it. Tuna's
tuna
great.
sandwich. I mean, now it's
Honest.
like we were also talking about in the context of
Tuna's
now.
the best.
In high school, the tuna Subway, the sandwich is smack. But as an adult, even like,
G.
I wouldn't do it now.
I guess. But all right, let's for real get into the topics. So first, Elon Musk. We talked about him in Twitter last week, but it does seem like, and I said, hey, as long as he doesn't touch these 3 things, I'm good. But it does seem like he is starting to ruin Twitter, and people are like, hey, Twitter might
Wait, what
be.
did he do?
So, well, one, if you purchase Twitter Blue, you become a verified account.
Yeah.
But then today they actually just made some
Yeah, they stopped that.
they made some changes, and I liked or bookmarked a couple of the tweets so I could
Dang,
read
we
them.
should have bought Twitter Blue from the
I actually
the
I
podcast.
thought about it. So first, Elon tweeted, going forward, accounts engaged in parody accounts must include the word parody in their name and not just their bio. And then there's a whole other thing underneath that. And then Twitter support had tweeted, to combat impersonation, we've added an official, quote unquote, label to some accounts, which I have seen on some verified accounts. But it's just funny to me that, so like Prize Picks, they're an ad on my thing right now, and they're verified, and then under that it says official. But I just don't see the point in having verified Twitter Blue accounts. Like, that,
And when you buy it, it shows different than when
Yeah.
you were verified before.
so you have to go to their page, click on the check mark, and the check mark will either say this person is verified because they have Twitter Blue, or it'll say this person is verified because they're
it's like
big
grandfathered
time,
in.
big time account, or some shit like that. But it just seemed like Elon just making all these like Trump type rash decisions, and then like retroactively trying to like clean it up and whatnot. So I don't know, like Twitter, I've said it before, and we've all kind of agreed that Twitter is one of our favorite social media accounts. When we had Chris
Problem
on,
is, it wasn't making no money though.
Twitter wasn't making money. That's true.
No. So I mean, so it's like it was making money, but performance wise, it was doing shit. It was like always in the red, even though you got all these users. So that's why Elon bought it and started. All he's trying to do is get it just to make make money, so they can go in the green on their profits or some shit like that. But yeah, it's a shit show.
But
what happens if you try stuff, if it don't work, you just try something else.
Yeah. And I mean, he's a businessman, but was his end goal, and I don't know if you have the answer for this, to make money for himself or just to help Twitter as a company, just to have like another
Well, if he bought it, it's going to be for himself.
Yeah.
But also to just show that he can get it to performing.
Yeah, but even if it's a company that's in the negative constantly.
Well, I mean, he said the reasons why he bought it and what his goal is for. I don't know if he's necessarily like. I mean, obviously you're gonna want your investment to make money, but I don't think he's in it for that. Also, but I think the Twitter Blue thing was kind of like, if you like. One, because you're not really making money. It's not really making much money ads wise.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to be, I guess, verified or have that kind of like official title, then it should come. Not it should, but he's saying it's gonna come with a fee because you have this kind of like I guess notoriety. You know?
And I mean, your everyday person,
and you're
wants to
making
be
money
verified.
off of that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a smart idea because people are gonna pay for it because people care about the blue checks. But I think at the same time, it's niggas know you paying for the blue check is not the same.
Yeah.
It's like if the average Joe can get a blue check.
But even the people who had the blue check before, to keep it, I think they also have to pay. So
Really?
I'm pretty sure. So like the New York Posts, the Fox Newses, all of those accounts, they use Twitter to amplify their story. So like if they post a link and people go to their pages, they're getting ad dollars for that, you know? So I think it's kind of like if you're going to be benefiting from this platform, you're going to contribute to the platform.
I mean, I get that aspect, but I'm just from I guess a person that just scrolls through Twitter. If you make blue checks accessible to everybody, you diminish the value of what the blue check meant.
Yeah.
Right? Because the blue check meant you was popping.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like on any social media. And that's how you brought in revenue dollars, ad dollars, and marketing dollars. It's like you had to have X amount of followers or you had to be popular.
Yeah.
Now, if everybody can buy it.
That's why they're making the adjustments to it, but yeah.
But if everybody can buy it, it doesn't, you're not, the regular guy that buys it is not going to be able to get ad dollars because he still don't have the traffic that people with $100,000 have. So even if they get their blue checks rescinded, they still have 300,000 followers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's all. So I think, in Black Twitter, it loses street cred and social media cred.
You said in Black Twitter, what?
In Black Twitter, you'll lose your social media cred.
If what?
If you buy the blue check.
Oh.
I'm just saying as a joke, though. Because niggas would be like, man, you bought that shit. Your ass ain't popping.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, with all the parody pages, though, it is kind of trash. Because then you'll see a headline and you be like, damn, this story sounds legit. And then you really got to click on the profile to make sure you're not liking no dumb shit.
Yeah, Ballsack Sport. I saw that they had purchased.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Dang, that's hilarious.
So I did follow them for a little bit, like when they first came up, but then they just got annoying, so I unfollowed them. But it was pretty funny to see them get verified.
Well, you saw what they did with Lily and the insulin company or whatever?
Nah.
And they were like, somebody made a parody account and said we made insulin free for all Americans.
Really? So I've been seeing a lot of shit. I seen a fake Donald Trump page. I don't know if this was true. I didn't go and look it up. But apparently someone had made like a fake Nintendo page and like made like
Low-key, Twitter probably had the most users or active users.
Oh,
it's had
100%.
in a ton of time.
Oh, yeah.
So
100%.
Twitter's engagement was wild.
Yeah.
It had to be crazy because everybody loves. I mean, I don't know. I love.
But just
Twitter.
to go see all the changes that are happening and all the wildness. A lot of Advertisers are pulling back too.
Damn,
Though.
what just happened?
Did it die again?
Looks like this
That
gonna
might
be
my phone. This is audio.
looks like this is gonna be an audio only episode.
Y'all know what we look like.
But nah, I've been on Twitter since '09, bruh. My senior year of high school. Like, I've not been verified this whole time. It's just funny to me to see all these people that want to go and get verified. Like, there's no. And another question I had. So before, if you were verified, if you tweeted another verified account, they saw it for sure. Mm-hmm. Like, if I wanted to go tweet fucking Odell Beckham Jr., like, he would see that shit, like, or it would pop up in a certain section for him. So my question is, for the people that are on Twitter Blue with their verification, do actual verified accounts see the notifications from the Twitter Blue accounts? So if they do, then maybe the paying for Twitter Blue is reasonal. If not, then I see
getting access to all those people.
Yeah. If not, then I see no point in it outside of having a USPS verification or USPA. What was it called? USPA. Yeah.
I think it's in postal service. I was like, all right.
Nah, USPA. All right. Next we had the voting and election results. Oh, is that me?
Yeah, that's the nerds. I don't know why we just got a notification from it.
So who put you put that on there about
What's
the
that?
election stuff?
No, I did.
Oh, you put it on there?
Just touch on it.
You could take it away.
Go ahead, Phil.
I was just saying it was a big election day. Florida hired
DeSantis bike.
Well,
Hired.
DeSantis is back, but Florida also elected the first Gen Z Congress. Was it Senate or is it House?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, one of them. But yeah, DeSantis won again. It's gonna be hard to flip Florida to a blue state at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was just cool being engaging in an election day. It was weird because so last year I voted in Palm Beach County. The vote was predominantly white. Voting is so much easy, bro. Like, that's how I know that shit racist.
Yeah.
Like with gerrymandering and shit.
Yeah.
Because I voted in Oakland. I voted this election in Oakland, and so there's like 3 or 4 voting places in like a 2-mile radius.
Really?
Yes, bro. Because we had to vote. One of the voting blocks was at Anderson Boyd, and one was at the middle school right next to Anderson.
Boyd Anderson. Yeah.
Boyd Anderson.
Who's Anderson Boyd? Who is that?
I don't know.
And the next one was at the middle school right next to Boyd Anderson.
Yeah.
Bro, I went to the GPS takes you to the middle school, so I go in line and they're like, "Oh, this is not your district. It's the next one over."
Really?
And I'm like, you know how many people that discourage us from voting? Imagine waiting in line for like 40 minutes, and I was there at 7:00, so I didn't wait at all. But imagine waiting 40 minutes in line, right? And you go there, and they're like, "No, you got to go somewhere else."
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, this shit racist, because they don't want niggas to vote.
So there's for years, now that we're in a technology era, they've talked about doing voting via text, whatever, some kind of electronic way of voting. Do you think we'll ever get to that point? Because the rebuttal is always it can easily be hacked, which I think
If it does, it'll definitely be done through crypto.
I don't think it should. I think it should continue to stay live voting. I think we should have live counters.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I just think it should be easier. Like, it should be maybe.
Why? Why do you think it should be in person?
Hmm?
Why do you think it should be in person?
Why do you think it should be in
person?
person?
Why do you think it should be in person? And 2, why do you think it should be easier if you want it to be in person? Because wouldn't easier be digital?
Well, no, it should be in person. I think it should be in person because I think if it should be in person with live counters, right? Because I feel like that'd be the most accurate.
Live counters? What do you
Like
mean?
live trackers. Like you just have.
But what is your rebuttal to it being electronic?
Because it, like you said, it could easily get hacked.
I wasn't
get
sure
hacked.
if you
It
felt
could
that
be
way.
easily
Yeah.
influenced.
Okay.
Like all that, the dark web is a crazy place. If you just have people come out, I think that's just the easiest way to secure the most honest way to secure the votes.
Yeah.
And then secondly, what was the second question, AJ?
Yeah, I mean, you said you should make it easier. So I was like, I don't know how making it be in person is easier.
I mean, easy. I'm talking about easier in terms of district. zoning.
Yeah.
Because, like, you shouldn't have 3 voting places for 3 different districts in a half a mile radius. And my my condo complex is across the street from a district, a voting booth that's not mine. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
So imagine everybody in my area coming to this place and then they get turned around and have to go somewhere. That's how you discourage voting.
Exactly.
If it's a small, like, in Oakland Park's not a huge city. Oakland Park should probably have 2 stations.
Yeah, because they print the ballots there, so it's like
Exactly.
you should be able to scan your ID, and then it's gonna, no matter where you are, it's gonna give you, like, say you're on vacation, you should still be able to vote. Like, you scan your ID.
So that's why I
and
say
then
make
you
it
get the
easier.
print. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Make
That'd
it
be
easier
cool.
in the sense of once you get to a voting booth, they can take your county, they can take your district, and you just vote.
Yeah.
And then in person to make it more accurate, so you don't have outside influences, because we know Russia influenced the last presidential election, and they did that through technology.
Well, we
Yeah,
assume
but
that
people,
they
I mean,
did that.
even
Well,
with
that's been
we don't know 100%.
no, I'm pretty sure it was a.
Well, we can assume, and it's most likely.
I'm pretty
that it happened.
sure
No,
they released the documents that said
investigated
they
and-
did.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That
okay.
Russia influenced the election. Now, they didn't say the extent of how, but they definitely said Russia influenced the election. But even still, like, if you go in person,
a lot of it was done through, like, ads and stuff by
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
And
But-
like, you know how, like, meme accounts or, like, Ballsack Sports will something and it'll look verified or whatever.
Yeah.
And then half the people who aren't savvy will be thinking one way. So, like, there was a lot of that going on.
Got you.
yeah. But I just think in person, one, I just like the feeling of going in person. Makes you feel like you did something.
Yeah.
And then 2, I just think it's the most accurate.
Yeah. You just want to get that
Yeah,
sticker, bro.
I don't think that makes any sense.
Phil
to-
just wants to get that
I don't know.
sticker so he can
I don't
post
know
on
that you
social
can
media.
argue that it'll be more accurate, and the part of being like makes you feel like you did something. I don't know if that's what you need when it comes to voting, because you can still, there's still human error, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's people can be like, oh, I lost ballots, you know. We're
But
gonna have to have a revote, and then half the people who voted don't show up the second time, you know.
But that's why I also think when you do it by doing it live with, like, live trackers, that's pretty accurate, because once you fill out your ballot, you scan it into a printer.
Yeah.
So I think just not having a live tracker in the voting booth, but more so like on the station, so where people don't know where the vote's actually coming from.
Yeah.
But most like when it gets submitted, boom. Because it's a fucking computer. It shouldn't take long for them to read the
No,
ballot.
I agree.
Mhm.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? So that's what I mean by that. It's like, boom, take my ballot, fill it out, slide it in the printer, boom. That's up to like, there's no reason we shouldn't have up-to-date votes with the technology that we have today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like at a certain point in time, they got to figure out a way to do it electronic. I do think right now it can easily be hacked and all that good stuff, but they got to figure out a way to, because I mean, there's other important information that we have that we access online, like banking information.
Yeah.
Like,
A 2-factor.
I just think it would.
Yeah.
I just think it would be the easiest in showing transparency, and
by
that's
doing it in person,
and like
you're saying?
and neutrality. Yeah,
Okay.
but doing it in person with up to date information. That's the biggest thing that I'm going to harp on, is like up to date
To
information.
be honest, we don't even know what the challenges are with, with voting or counting votes or any of that.
Yeah.
Or getting more people to vote. Because, like, we can easily say, all right, more people will vote if they don't have to show up and stand in line for 2 hours.
Probably.
But, like,
Also think more people will vote if we made it a national holiday.
Yeah.
The problem is you have to decide, like, do I really want to take off work to vote? Because, like, if you don't do early voting, because, like,
Yeah.
I wasn't going to
I
vote
don't know
this
if that's
election.
true. Though.
I wasn't
if it's a
going to.
national holiday, I feel like people would be like, I'm not doing anything. You know?
I think more people will vote. You'd have more voter
I
participation.
agree with what you're saying, but I do still think that more people,
people
would.
would,
You
yeah.
definitely
vote,
would give
yeah.
more voters, because it's like, bro, you got the whole day off. Why wouldn't you go vote?
Exactly.
Like, I wasn't gonna
There's
vote.
been early voting. There was early voting for like 6 weeks leading up to election day. Most of those were, not most of them, but I mean, there's weekend days where you're not doing anything if you don't have work.
Yeah,
But
but
at the same
also,
time-
early voting, I didn't know anything about.
Exactly. Layman's people, they're not going to know, like, oh, early voting is going on at that time. Because, to be honest, I didn't really know about early voting either. But if you were like, this is voting
Election,
day.
yeah.
Election day.
Like, I knew about election day, and the only Only reason I knew is because like my parents is like, you know, your pops mentioned it, but also Danny's parents big in voting. So they was like, oh, you guys voting? I'm like, Brian, what you talking about voting? Like, oh, it's election day coming up. I'm
So
like,
you
oh,
still ain't even know. Like it's
But
still
that's
a
the
national
point.
day. Like even if they didn't make it a holiday, it's still like it was Veterans Day today. Like people don't know until it's Veterans Day.
But that's my point. If for the people like me that wasn't paying attention, when you do find out, so for me,
you
because
said that in a rebuttal to early voting. You ain't know regardless. You know what I'm saying?
but
so-
but I'm
Oh, my
trying
bad.
to prove my
Go ahead,
point.
go ahead.
I didn't know, and people brought it up to me,
Right.
and I was like, oh, I probably should vote. So then it was like, all right, the election day came up, and I knew once they brought it up, and it was like, oh, it's this day. I'm like, all right, do I really want to take off work to vote?
Yeah.
So then I looked up the voting location. Luckily, it was 5 minutes away from my house. So I had no excuse.
Yeah.
That shit was 15 minutes out the way. I wouldn't have voted.
Yeah.
But that's my point. So a lot of people that's like me that wasn't tapped in, wasn't paying attention, but they found out like, oh, the election day is this day. If you have the whole day off, I feel like you are more inclined to vote than, especially if you learn last minute.
Possibly.
Because I did it. I voted because it was 5 minutes away from my house.
Yeah.
And I was up at 7 o'clock and I was like, oh, I might as well go vote.
be naive of us to think that like it's going to be a 95% turnout of people to vote just because it's a holiday. No, that's not going to happen.
We still have holidays where there's days off, like Labor Day. We're like, oh man, I didn't even know I had Monday off. Like you just wake up like that still happens. So I don't know if that would be like, all right, that's what's gonna do
because
it.
you have to think you're still gonna get the people that were gonna turn out regardless. So the number, you're not gonna have a decrease in number. You're not gonna have the same number. Even if it's a slight bump, it's still an increase in numbers. So either way, you're still gonna.
And you
if
get the
made it a
bump
holiday,
because more people are aware of what the day off is for.
Yeah.
So by making it a national holiday, it's saying, yo, we are giving you this day off to go vote. So
No, I'm not against giving the day off. I'm just saying, I don't know if it makes
I think it
makes that
increased.
difference.
I think it would increase vote. I think it would increase voter turnout. I couldn't get it out.
Drunk.
No, I couldn't get it out. But yeah, I don't know. And I also think by just making it a national holiday, you just put more importance on it. It's like now it becomes a thing, right?
Yeah.
Now it becomes I don't have to decide to vote and work. Now it becomes all of the attention in the media focuses on, hey, let's do our civic duty as Americans to vote and participate in this thing.
All of it is already though.
I understand that, but you by making it a national holiday, you put more importance on it. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not important now. It is important now, but you put more importance on it because now it's a thing. It's an event, and Americans love events.
But the thing is, like, it's so American that I don't think a national holiday is going to make a difference. Like, it's so American that you have jobs, and jobs will, like, the NBA made it a holiday themselves. Other jobs are like, oh, I'm going to vote. If you tell them, even if like you didn't take the day off, if you told them, hey, I'm going to go vote, they're not going to say like jack about it. Like most organizations are like that because
AJ,
they
I'm
understand.
telling
like,
it makes a difference, bro. Trust
it
me.
would 100%
It
make
makes
a
a
difference.
okay, but I'm not saying that I'm not saying that
yeah.
it wouldn't, but I'm saying it's probably negligible.
No, because my thing is even like so most jobs probably
All the
don't-
points you're bringing up, saying like, oh, there'd be more media attention on it. There's not going to be any more than there already is.
It
like,
is. What do you mean?
But you
Bro,
have to
Because you got
every
take,
media outlet, everything is already talking about. Was already talking about
because
it,
you gotta
and
take
you
it-
still didn't know. One, but two, just there's no way that there's gonna be more media attention on it just because
But
there's a national holiday.
not
like the
even-
media is. That's the point I was rebutting.
But not even the media attention thing. Like Phil said, you literally have nothing to do that day.
Yeah.
So you have to think about all the people that
I said
didn't.
I said a ton of times. I think it would
Yeah.
help turn out, but I think it would be negligible. And
What
I also
is-
said that
honestly, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know
I don't
what that
understand
means.
what that
negligible.
means.
Like it might be a 1% increase. It might be like
No, I
it
don't
might be
think
like something like
You think it's
it's
like
not
gonna be
gonna
a
matter.
slight increase? No, I think it would be a significant increase.
So I don't know. And again, we're just speculating. I don't know if it would be significant because I don't know the numbers. I don't know how many people turned out, how many people came out to vote, and what the turnout numbers were. I don't know if it would be a 1% increase. Let's say the number was like 56%. I don't think it'd go to 57.
So imagine.
But I also don't think it'd go to fucking 90 something.
Yeah.
But I think maybe somewhere in the middle because you literally have the day off, you know what that day off is for, and you have nothing to do. You have to think about all the people that didn't go out to vote because they had work that day.
Right.
And it wasn't just like, oh, I'm not going to vote just because I have work, but after work, I have to go make dinner for my kids. I have to pick up my
shit to
kids.
do.
I
Yeah.
got shit to do. So,
Right. So all those people go out to vote, right?
yeah.
The lines are that much longer.
Yeah.
Phil is in that line. He waits not 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He waits 2 hours to find out, oh, I'm at the wrong one. Let me go wait another
That's
2
true.
hours
But
and something
that's
else.
also why I
No!
said that's
a
also
good
why I
point.
said make
That's
it
a good
easier,
point.
right?
Yeah.
That's making it more accessible. So it's how they do it now with gerrymandering. They make it complicated.
Yeah.
And that's why people do. That's how you don't get the voter turnout.
Yeah.
Because it's a fucking long ass process. Make that shit accessible and make it easy for people to
If
just.
there's both, but I was saying I don't think making it a holiday alone is going to bring more attention to it than they already has, because there's already 100% attention on it.
Yeah.
I think
Every year there's more and more ad dollars spent on political ads. There's more and more like early voting gets longer, so people are talking about voting longer.
I'm not.
So
I'm
I'm
not,
over-
I'm not
The
even
news
talking. I'm not
channels
talking
are-
about early. I'm talking about the last minute niggas.
So,
Bro,
yeah.
but you're not. I'm talking about it holistically. And the points you made, I was talking about the points you made holistically.
So
and how they would
AJ,
affect
I
it.
live and die off my iPhone calendar. I really don't like. I watch a bunch of streaming services. I don't watch live TV. I don't watch the news. I'm on social media a lot. So prior to, I didn't see shit about it on social media. On election day, Instagram has like the little stickers and all that stuff. It has a special story.
everywhere.
On election day, really all I see is Instagram. Twitter, I still don't see nothing, and I see election day on my calendar. Fuck, I forgot the point that I was gonna make.
You don't see early
but,
voting.
Yeah, you don't. You
So
really
you live and
there's
die by your
oh,
calendar.
no. So you were talking about that marketing or whatever about election day is everywhere. But for most people, like if it's people in my shoes that aren't watching live TV and whatnot, they're not seeing a lot of this marketing that's
a lot of
going
the
on for-
no, I'm talking about social. When I was talking about ads, I was talking about on social media
Yeah.
and digitally.
But
so if you're not seeing
Instagram-
seeing that stuff,
Yeah.
that's because you're already not in that, like, I don't want to explain ads all of it through
Yeah.
this whole thing, but
Yeah.
if you're not already seeing that stuff, just because it's a holiday is not like.
But the thing is, even if you don't, you might not see the early voting stuff, but you're gonna see election day stuff because
Yeah.
it's on everybody's Instagram. It's on it's everywhere. Like
Yeah.
Instagram, it's
Right.
You couldn't
So
click
making
on
it a holiday is not gonna change that.
It
That's the
does.
point.
But it could though, because if it's like I haven't seen this information
Yeah.
until election day, but now I have work and I can't like change stuff on my schedule all of a sudden just because it's election day. Now that I realize it because it's on my calendar and all this stuff, it's on Instagram and I have the day off, now I can make time for it. You did make a good point to where it's like, if it's a holiday, now you have all these people in line. Like, yes, that is still a deterrent, but if you implement what Phil said to making it more accessible to a bunch of people and it's a holiday for everyone, then you will see in my opinion, I think a significant increase.
What I'm saying is that national and media attention is not going to increase because it's a holiday.
Maybe that's not. I'm okay. So let me be clear.
So
that may not be
I'm
the
specifically
case.
responding to certain things you guys are saying,
Yeah.
and you guys are taking it and saying
yeah.
I'm talking about all of it. No.
Yeah.
That may not be the case, but for the last minute niggas, if you have the time available, I feel you are more inclined to go vote. Simple, because now I don't have a reason not to vote because I got the day off. I don't have to be inconvenienced. That was my main thing when I was like, all right, do I want to go vote?
That's what I'm saying. I'm for it, but I still don't think it's gonna make that big of a difference. Like, damn, I have this day off. I'm gonna do something else with it. Like,
After you vote. But
Well,
we can
we're
disagree.
just three niggas sitting on a green couch.
right. That's what
At
I'm saying.
the
We
end
don't
of the
have
day-
any information,
Yeah,
but this is how we feel.
The point could be a moot point, but I don't know. Maybe one day it'll happen, and if it does, then we can debate it then. All right. So next we have Phil's question of the week. Do you know your question of the week, Phil?
No, he don't know his question.
No, I put it
So-
on. You know I don't know it.
So the question is, what is
He
the
Googles
first?
the question and then puts it down and then never thinks about it again.
What is the first thing you think of? Or no, sorry. What is the first thing you think people notice about you? For me, I do have a lot of bright shoes, so I mean that's an easy answer. Like I get complimented on my shoes all the time, like, "Oh my God, those are the brightest shoes I've ever seen in my life." So I got some orange shoes. I have a couple of pairs of orange shoes, a couple of pairs of like lime green shoes, so on and so forth. But if we take that away, probably me just being a skinny ass nigga. People like, "Oh, are you a soccer player? Are you a?" They really don't ever ask if I'm a basketball player. Because I'm average height, 5'10", but I always get asked if I'm a soccer player. So probably just my overall build.
I would say my smile.
Smile is probably third for me.
And I don't even got a good smile,
Yeah.
but I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's decent.
Yeah. Smile probably third for me.
Either that or my bald head.
I would
People
say,
compliment you on your body.
I would say, well, like when you asked the question, I immediately went to like what scientifically is the answer, and it's usually like the way people like it depends on what country you're in. It's a bunch of things that I sent this pod in the Discord too, but the guy that works for the CIA or that used to be a CIA agent was talking about it, and he's like, the first thing people usually notice when you or depending on the country, and it depends on how like you read things, you know, like so we read top left to right, and top down. In different countries it's different. So for us, when we look at a face, we almost all the time we look at the top right, or what is it, top left, my bad,
left,
if we're reading a book, top left, and then you look at the face the rest of the way down that way. You go top left to right and then down. So, and he's like, that's why sometimes when you meet someone or you see someone and then you take it, or you take that face away or whatever, like, all right, what was their eye color? And like, oh, I don't know. Like usually we'll notice their hair color first or whatever, and so on. But what I think probably stands out to people, it'd probably be my I don't know, high key. Probably that I look young.
I
That's
feel
what
like
it has been.
if it was back in the
like,
day, AJ, it definitely would have been the curls.
Yeah, hair. And then secondly, probably my facial structure, something, my bone structure on my face.
Got you.
That's what everyone says or talks
Really?
about. Yeah.
That's
smile.
interesting.
Or maybe glasses. I don't know if I'm wearing glasses.
Okay, got you. Yeah, that's a good question. That's interesting. I feel like if you have curly hair, it's definitely because I feel like for me for sure that like I'm a sucker for curly hair. Like any girl that got curly hair, I'm instantly in love. But Tatiana, I know she gets complimented on her curly hair all the time. But yeah, for me, outside of the shoes, like you said, smile might be it.
Yeah, it's probably, if we want to get like, oh, what's the first thing people, it's probably one skin color and hair.
Yeah.
Because like if you look at someone's skin color and hair, you can tell a lot about them. Like, all right, I know where they're from, kind of. Or, I mean, down here not as much because it's a big melting pot, but you can kind of still tell.
Yeah, man. That and the patchy beard.
And I feel like my smile gives people like kind of false hope because I really don't feel like I'm
flirty, you think?
Nice.
No,
Friendly.
no. But one, I'm introverted. I don't really like having conversations with people, and I feel like I'm kind of like closed off. Where people, I feel like instantly love me, and like kind of. And this isn't me trying to like brag or flex or anything like that, but people gravitate towards me for whatever reason because I don't give off that energy. But people are always like, I want to be around Zach. I like being around Zach. Like, I want to invite Zach out. And it's always like, I don't get this. Like, significant others' moms. Like, y'all, I mean, obviously, y'all my boys. But I'm always just like, I want to be home. I don't want to do nothing. But y'all, like, and y'all, I'm assuming y'all enjoy being around me and whatnot. And then you said no. And then Tatiana's mom, like, loves me. Every girlfriend I've had, their mom or dad loves me. And it's just like, I don't get it. Like, Tatiana's mom thinks I'm like,
because you're calm.
Maybe.
It's because you're soft-spoken.
I guess. I don't know, but it must be the smile that kind of just sells people and
nice
tricks
teeth.
them.
No, I think
I have a nice smile.
It's I think it's more that you're calm and like not and you're just like chill. You have like a almost relaxed energy or like
But that's not
an easy energy to be around. But that's more so like what it's about than like when you look at someone. I mean, like it's more about how that person is. Because if you're like high energy people get really tired of them really fast, or like they can burn your energy a lot really fast. So when you have so when you're like that, that's probably why people gravitate towards you a little more.
Got you. Also, this is completely off topic, Phil, but I feel like your dynamic with Danny and her family and your family, I feel like it might be similar to what me and Tatiana have. So Tatiana, not to say she dislikes my family because she loves them, but she gets annoyed being around my family and vice versa because my family is so quiet and chill, and Tatiana's kind of a loud person, and her family is so loud, and I'm obviously quiet, and I hate being around them, and it like gives me anxiety being around them. Do you feel like it's kind of that way with like you and Danny?
I like being around her family.
Really?
It's funny.
Really? Are they like, how are they? Are they quiet and
all introverted?
Really?
Except for her mom.
Yeah. So so you like being around her family.
Yeah,
how does she feel about? How does she feel about being around your family?
I think she likes it. I don't know. Danny's always concerned about my family's judging her or not because she's quiet, because she don't say shit. But I don't know. I think she can hold her own.
Gotcha.
Like in terms of like being around her family, it's cool. I always like.
Gotcha.
Like you said, people gravitate towards you.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I just gravitate towards people. So even if you don't want to talk, you gonna talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you in a situation where you gonna have to respond.
And that's how you were with me, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, my name Marcus. Nigga told me his name was Marcus, bro. I don't know why that was your go-to name.
That's always his go-to name.
Yeah.
I just did that to Patty's friends at the CrossFit tournament. Danny got mad at me. She's like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" I'm like, "Cause it's funny."
Yeah.
Because they're gonna be calling me Marcus by the end of the night.
She was like thrown off about it by a little bit. I was just like, "This is normal."
Yeah.
Like, what's her name? Didn't you tell?
I told
Maria and Bianca your name was Marcus too?
Yeah, and they called me Marcus for the longest time.
Yeah. And
I was like, it's just funny.
And then we told him you and I were brothers.
And what did Brandon say his name was? Brandon said his name was something wild.
Was it not Bartholomew? No.
It was something like that.
Was it Bartholomew?
I don't know. It was like
or Claude or Ray.
I don't know. It was something different.
I don't know, but I like telling people the wrong name because by the end of the night they'll be calling you that name, and then I just think it's a funny icebreaker because they'd be like, "Nah, I just fucking with you. That's not my name," and they'd be like, "Damn, that's fucked up. That's a real dick move."
Yeah, but this holiday season.
Wait, going on what you're saying? Parents always like me, but kids love me.
Yeah, that's same.
Like kids for whatever reason. Like when we were at Luke's at Cynthia's party, one of her friends had a kid that walked in. She went straight for me. She jumped on the couch and was just staring at me.
But I think it's because you and I like actually give them attention. Like once you give a kid attention, like they
no, like I didn't say anything to her. She ran in there
really?
and just like, "Oh, we're here. You're my friends." She's like, "Smell my toes." I was like, "What?"
Moms generally like me. Most dads kind of like feel a certain way.
See, outside of my ex, I've never really had that.
Although Danny dads like me.
Okay.
Danny dad, but he's also quiet. Like the girls I dated with extroverted dads, I don't think they like me too much.
I had a friend in college in freshman year. She was gay and she was like lived not that far from where like I grew up. And then I just went to her house and her mom was like, "Oh wow, you should like date him." She's like, their mom didn't know yet. She's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure we haven't booked the tickets yet. That we going up to Michigan for this holiday season, and I'm already like
Christmas around then.
Yeah, I'm already getting anxiety thinking about being around all Tatiana's cousin and aunts because it's just so fucking
high
loud
energy.
in there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like y'all already get on me all the time, Tatiana as well, about my voice not carrying. So it's like when I actually do try to speak, I'm just getting spoken over. Nobody's listening to me. So it's like I'm just sitting in here listening to y'all being mad loud, and I can't get a word in. So, and it's like even when I do like they'll ask me a question, and I'll go to answer the question. It's just like they start speaking what's on their mind. And it's like, all right, what was
So
the point in
just
you?
hanging out with a bunch of Phils.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, all right, I'm just here, whatever. But that was a good question, Phil. I appreciate it.
Chat around.
So next we have get it off your chest. Anything y'all got?
Nah, man, I was chilling this week.
Yeah, you didn't go to no Popeyes or anything, or no places in the hood, Phil?
Nah, I just been eating hella. I've been eating hella patties with the cocoa bread. Shout out to the plug.
Oh, you learned about it, so now you.
Yeah, I tried, and
That's
I was
all you
like,
wanna do?
Phil loves getting put on, bro.
I tried that shit, and I was like, this shit actually decent. I done had about fucking 4 or 5
Full of
patties this week with the
carbohydrates.
cocoa bread. It is. Shout out to Golden Crust because they shit vegan.
But you said Popeyes. Funny thing is, the thing I had to get it off my chest is the hype about
Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's chicken, bro. So South Florida finally got Raising Cane's. If you're not familiar, it is a chicken spot, pretty big in the Midwest. They're known for their chicken tenders, and that's really all they have on their menu is chicken tenders, fries, and a slice of bread. We finally got it in South Florida.
It's like Texas toast type thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we got it in Homestead, and you said what? There was
Probably
a
by the Speedway.
There's a 2-hour wait.
2-hour wait for Raising Cane's chicken. And I've always thought it was mid. AJ agrees with me that it's mid, and Phil also agrees with me that it is mid. And I had a couple of students that were extremely hyped for it today. I was telling one of them that...
White?
No, they're pretty much all like Hispanic or Cuban or something like
Hispanic white?
that. Yeah, Cubans.
They white.
So one of them, he said he was going to make his way down to Homestead today. And I was like, bro, I'm telling you, it's not bad, but it's very mid. And another girl, she was like, no, it's the best thing I've ever had in my life. Like, Zach is just always a hater. Don't listen to Zach.
That's right.
He texted us right before the pod, texted both me and the girl. And he said, I could tell you verbatim what my dog said. Let's
really
see.
Nigga drove to Homestead for some Raising Cane's? Bro,
For some fast food.
you wildin'.
So he texted us both with the meal. He said one word, ... disappointed. The most mid fast food I've ever, the most mid food I've ever had. I don't understand the hype. And so I was like, I told you. And the girl was like, no, you're lying. So Raising Cane's, not that great. If you have it in your state or around you, please respond, join our Discord, comment on our Instagram, tweet us, let us know how you feel about Raising Cane's. But that's all I had to get off my chest. Y'all got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Best thing you've seen this week?
The homie won his pro fight last night.
That's what's up.
Shout out
Yeah,
to the
lit.
Lion Tamer. 2nd round rear naked choke out.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, Buddy didn't stand a chance. It was crazy. Because he was fighting like a guy in his 30s. And literally, only thing he did was scratch him. That's it. He scratched. He didn't get no licks off on him
He
the whole fight.
scratched him, though?
He went in, punched him, took him to the ground, pretty much kept him on the ground and just beat his face in for the whole 1st round. In the 2nd round, he tried to swing on him, pinned him, got him in the rear naked choke. The commentator was like, yeah, that was a perfect fight. And
Yeah,
I agree.
a
Bro,
perfect
there was
fight,
nothing
wow.
Buddy could do.
That's
He was
what's
not
up.
winning that fight.
That's what's
So
up. That's what's
shout
up.
out to the homie. That was great. And he was on UFC Fight Pass, so that was lit. So now I have UFC Fight Pass for 2 months. Because UFC Fight Pass only has 2 options. They got fucking 2 membership options.
What is it?
Is there like an app for that?
It's just UFC app.
UFC
You
app,
can buy the 2-month option or the 1-year option.
Got you.
And
how
you
much
get like
does
a
that cost?
discounted rate for the first time you sign up. It's right now it's $9, but it goes up to $14.99 for 2 months. But the annual is like $95, so I might just buy the annual after my
Gotcha.
2 months next
And
year.
like all UFC fights, you go. So like, we'll talk about
You'll
it
still
later.
pay
But
for
Izzy,
pay-per-view.
like you can watch that tomorrow.
No.
You still pay for pay-per-view though.
Oh, got you.
But
Oh,
you can
that's
go back
trash.
and watch like all the other fights after the fact.
So like Izzy's fight after the fact, you can watch.
I'm pretty
that.
sure you can watch it on UFC Fight Pass. Yeah, you can watch like all the fights after the fact.
Got you. You got anything, AJ?
Nah.
Yeah, I actually don't think I have anything for best thing I've seen this week. Working from home. I'll say that the storm that wasn't really a storm for us in South Florida. Well, in Miami at least. I think Boca might have got hit a little bit. You said Broward wasn't too bad.
Nah, bro, I was straight.
But
Where I was at least.
working from home, I will always take that opportunity. So I guess that's the best thing I've seen
Yeah,
this
they
week.
need to get you some more work from home days. That don't make no
Yeah,
sense.
facts, bro. I'm jealous of
If
you
you
and
can do
Luke.
everything
Yeah.
you need to.
Yeah. But moving on, I think next is streaming. Sorry, let me pull this up. So yes, streaming. We talked about it a little bit before. Sorry, Phil. This is probably where you tap out for a little bit. But we had Love Is Blind.
Love Is
The
Blind.
finale came out on Wednesday.
Finale and reunion.
Yes, the finale and the reunion. What'd you think about it, AJ?
I thought it was lit. SK super lit.
Yes, my Nigerian brother.
Yeah. He I thought I called it for like almost everything. Like I'm really good at like gathering information about people and
Yeah.
understanding people like very quickly.
Yes.
So I was right about everyone that was gonna get married. Like Matt and Colleen, people were like, "No," I was like, "They're definitely
Yeah.
they're the same person." SK was my favorite the entire time. He just seemed the most like
level-headed.
exactly level-headed, like knew who he was kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
And I also called that even though they didn't get married, or he said no, that they were still going to be dating him and Raven.
Yeah.
But yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier with Tati, but that Cole and Zay thing was kind of wild. And the
That
more she
was-
talked, the more I was like, yo, from the very jump, I was like, she kind of seems like she's a control freak and needs to be like the alpha in the relationship or whatever, or just like have everything go her way type thing.
And so I feel, at least for me,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that through the entire season. Like, yeah, there were bits and pieces, but your main focus on is what an idiot that Cole is. Like, I love the
Right.
dude, but he is such a fucking idiot. And it's like up until the reunion, it's like, damn, this nigga, or sorry, Zay is actually like an extreme control freak. And I did not think that she would handle. I had a feeling she would say no.
Yeah.
During the
Then
wedding.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect for her to go about it the way that she did. And the funny thing was, Tatiana, when watching it, she was like, no, like, I understand why she did it, and I'm kind of happy that she did it that way. But the way she portrayed herself throughout the entire season, like, kind of like a level-headed person and kind of goes about things the right way. Like, I didn't think she was going to shit on this nigga. Like, I thought she would say no, and then after the fact, have a conversation with him,
right.
and be like, these are the reasons as to why I said no. Not say
way
everything up on stage like that.
Right, the way she went about it, just like in a chance where he can't even defend himself or
Yeah.
whatever, or in that kind of situation, or there's no real like dialogue or anything.
Yeah.
Not that there always needs to be one, because like she's right to she can feel however she feels,
Yeah.
and obviously he wasn't like the best the entire time. He's just stupid, immature, and he was young. I mean, he is young, or is young in the show,
Yeah.
like 25, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's still pretty young. I'm not the same person I was then, but yeah, she kind of just like, I think she was in it for just like, all right, I'm gonna have my moment type thing.
You think?
And kind of not that she was like that, but that was like, I don't know. It just the way she went about it. It just seems like, and just walked off like that, and didn't ever talk to him again after or whatever. And so it was that coupled with everything leading up to that. Like she didn't really have that kind of conversation with him before. She didn't. Like, where was all that the entire time?
Exactly.
Before then, kind of thing. And then during the reunion, she was saying all these things and like had the girls backing her up, but it was like, where was this stuff? And then something that I mentioned to you guys before was Vanessa during the reunion was like looking confused when Zay was like, oh, they put you in this great light and so on. Like they didn't use this footage and that footage.
Yeah.
And Vanessa was ready to burn shake in the previous season at the stake.
Yeah.
And she was like fighting, saying like, I have all this stuff on you, all this stupid stuff you said, and so on and so forth. But like she didn't have that energy for Cole, and like she was looking confused at one point. I even said it during the reunion. I was like, she looked confused when Zay was saying this.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. And then they showed the clip at the end of something that she was saying.
The
that
cutie story. So
yeah.
how'd you feel about that?
It was like, I could see how someone who is insecure and damaged and not self-aware would have taken it that way. But one, like, if you're eating fruit, right? Fresh fruit, not candied fruit, not dry fruit, not whatever. You're eating fresh fruit, and someone says, "Oh, like we're about to eat later." Like he didn't say it in any way. Like she embellished a lot in the reunion. Yeah. Then in the clip, you see like he was just like he was having some of her food too, so it wasn't like he was.
But the thing was, she made it sound like she was only eating the 2 cuties, and that was like it still wasn't a lot that she was eating, but she was maybe eating like trail mix or some kind of nuts or something, like you said, that he was eating as
cherries
well. And then she ate the cuties, which I feel like he asked a legitimate question, like, "Oh, you're gonna eat, like you're eating these, like make sure you save your appetite for dinner." Yeah.
And I don't know why she would think like, oh man, he's like actually. I don't know why she would actually think like, oh man, he's calling me fat.
Yeah.
And you're eating fruit.
Exactly.
Like, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
But someone who's insecure about herself or himself could take it that way.
Yeah.
The same way we talked about earlier pods, how Matt got really pissed or like he got triggered because he felt like something that had really hurt him in the past was happening again. So yeah, but so that kind of like irked me a little bit, and all the girls jumping on him, and then obviously he cried and stuff. He's like, oh, I regret this.
My dog
and then
was
she was then at the end she was trying to be like, I forgive you. Then at the end, like, sure you forgave him, you chewed him out. Like I don't know, there was. But people are eating her alive on her social too in the comments.
See, I need to. The only person I've really checked their social media was Raven and SK. Yeah, that was it. And then Bartiz. I haven't checked really anybody else.
Bartiz is hilarious.
First of all, that.
And bro, that was amazing. Bro, the little brother was trying to fight him.
Oh
that was hilarious. Like he was saying some good points and stuff. Yeah, but I'm like, all right, this is kind of ghetto.
And bro. I'm also I'm dumb because last podcast episode, I said that I could see Bartiz saying that yes to Nancy, but I also remember having a conversation with Tatiana when we watched the end of the last part of the season, whatever, before the finale and the reunion. I said, oh no, he's gonna say no, because I remember the clip of the brother on like one of the like preview parts of the episode. He was like, why would you bring us here if you're just gonna waste our fucking time? I knew that was gonna happen, so I knew he was gonna say no. So I don't know why last episode of the podcast I said that he was gonna say yes. But yeah, the brother trying to fight Bartiz.
I don't think that was a fight he was gonna win either. He was half his size. Yeah. But yeah, it was just, I don't know. I think that part was just extra. And then like, I think it's very biased, like, maybe not to, but against it's as a slight bias against the men in this situation.
Yeah.
And I think that people just forget, and even the contestants forget that how quick everything happens, and how like you could have made the same real relationship you didn't have with her, or the same one you have with whoever you decided to propose to with someone else, or something similar. Yeah. Over a week, so it's like they're getting held at the stake for like, oh, let me talk to this person and see, like, I now can put a name to the face, and these feelings are getting dredged up again. I don't know.
Phil, I know you're not a part. I know you haven't watched the show and you're not a part of this conversation, but I do want to ask: do you think you could have a relationship with somebody that you met off the show? So the premise is, they don't see the person, they only have conversations with different people until they meet somebody that they have an emotional connection with, and once they propose is when they see him.
I think Phil would be lit on this show. Like that, if I could think of one person I want to see on this show, it would be Phil.
Yeah. Why?
Because if I see you and I don't like you, I'm gonna be like, fuck that emotional connection.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
one,
like, I don't know.
One, you'd be entertaining because you'd be kind of problematic. And I feel like that's what a lot of people would want to see.
Kinda.
But do you think you could have a relationship with somebody that you initially only had an emotional connection with without knowing about the physical and then eventually saw the physical? I mean, you could get lucky because I think every girl on the show is relatively pretty. Like, there are some girls that are significantly prettier than the others, but there's no one on there that's like, ugh.
I don't know. I didn't really like Bartiz. What's her name?
Nancy, and
Yeah,
she
I
was
didn't really like Nancy.
Raven was the one that I thought at like the top of the what's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
The podium, not podium, but
Totem pole?
totem pole. Yeah, and then Nancy was at the bottom. But Nancy's still like, Phil would be like, I'd rub that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no, because even the thing is for me,
I think you can find the love of your life.
emotional connection it only carries so much weight.
But
like,
you need that emotional connection for
do
you to
need-
even care about the person. Because
the thing is, I need the emotional connection, but I can't get the emotional. It's hard for me to get the emotional connection without the physical.
right.
I gotta have the physical first.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could develop a friendship with emotional connection. I could develop like, oh, this person's cool as fuck. I would love to get to meet this person.
But the thing is, oh my bad, I keep interrupting.
I just said like that, but like so if I meet it, if like we connect, and I'm like, damn, whoever this fucking stranger is, they cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they look good, makes it great. But if like I see him and they fucking cool as shit, I'm automatically be like, I might hit it just for the thrill of it, just because they cool. Like
Yeah.
I'll hit somebody on personality, even if they're not attractive.
Yeah.
And then that'll be that. Like, is there an exit button after that?
Phil is Bartiz for sure. Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Is there like
Yeah.
I'll hit it and then be like, not gonna work.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know the exact timeline of the show. I want to say maybe they talk for like maybe a month or so.
No, I feel like
it's
2
probably
weeks.
it's probably like 2
They're like
weeks,
every
yeah.
day until.
Yeah, 2 weeks or so. Then they finally propose. Again, you don't have to get married. After you propose, then there's like the
So you
fucking
propose before you meet him?
Yeah.
yes,
Before you see
you
them in person.
propose before you see them. Once you propose, you get to see them. Then there's the whole like
It's a month-
the
period.
little
Honeymoon or whatever
honeymoon
kind of thing.
stage or whatever. You get the honeymoon, get to go on the honeymoon. Then you have like maybe a couple of weeks or so of like being together in person. Then you have the wedding, and at the wedding you get to say I do, obviously,
After you
or
see him.
I do not. Yeah. And so there's a dude on there, Bartiz, who's kind of been polarizing because he had an emotional connection with this girl, Nancy, who AJ was just talking about. Like she's not ugly, but she's not like the baddest chick on the planet. And so his big thing was like the emotional connection, or sorry, the physical connection is important for him. Like the
That
emotional
was part
was
of it, but it was
definitely
also
there.
it was also I mean, there was a bunch of stuff. Like they were
Yeah.
fighting about a bunch of stuff, and Nancy was just blindly
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yes, no matter what, I'm gonna say yes. I was like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
One, that's a red flag. But two, like there was a whole family thing where they had different views on abortion.
Yeah,
Like
that was
that's
the
a
big
huge
thing.
thing. That was like very dramatic, and I was like, yo, this is kind of crazy. His sister was super dramatic.
Yeah.
Like that's extra, lady. Chill out.
Yeah. If I have an
I think you'd be
emotional-
good on the show though because, one, you've had sex with people you don't really find that attractive,
Yeah,
and you've been able to continue having
Yeah.
sex with them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have that, even if without having that emotional connection, but if you build an emotional connection, then you see her and she is decent or better, you'd be like, oh, this is lit. You know?
Yeah, I'd stay with her.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
I find her attractive, I'd propose.
Yeah.
Because then I fuck with you.
Yeah.
But if I don't, I'm just gonna rub that, or try to at least, and then
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
I'll rub it on her strength if I thought you was cool.
All right.
Like, it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
Strength, I thought
You're the
she was cool.
homie.
I've dished out a lot of wee on the strength of I fucks with you.
Right.
So
Yeah. All right. Did you have anything else about Love Is Blind?
Nah, I thought this was a really good season though. I wanted the Asian dude to come there because
Bro,
I called
same.
it too. I like the second time he was in the pods with Nancy, I was like, oh, this is an act. Like he's 100% like playing a character.
Yeah.
on the second episode, or maybe even in the first episode, whoever like the meeting was, and then that's what it ended up being
Yeah.
the entire time.
What did he? Not transsexual. What do you call the
Transcendental.
transcendental sexual experience? That shit was crazy.
The hell is that?
I fucked with. He was. I can't even explain it.
I don't
Can you
even know
explain?
if all the things he was saying was true.
Yeah.
But he also like at the end, when Nancy said no to him or something, or was like, "Oh, I'm feeling somebody else," he was like crying and then put eye drops in his eyes and was pretending to cry.
Yeah,
They
that
had
shit
that on
was hilarious.
camera.
And then Nick Lachey was mocking that shit.
Yeah.
But all right, next we have the White Lotus. I knew it was coming back. I didn't know it was back. But there are 2 episodes out right now. At least when I watched them 2 days ago.
Oh, you saw both?
Yeah, I saw both. Have you watched them?
I haven't watched the second one yet. I watched the
Okay.
first one.
Got you. So, do you know when the episodes come out?
It's every Sunday.
Every
It's like
Sunday.
HBO,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Got you. Is every HBO show every Sunday?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I feel like like Euphoria,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, like all those came out on Sunday, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. So I guess it makes sense. But White Lotus, I think we've talked. Yeah, we have talked about it on the pod before.
The first season.
The new season, it takes place at a new location, but still at the White Lotus Hotel. There's only one reoccurring character. Well, 2, actually. I forget what her name is in real life, but in the show, her name is Tanya. And then her husband, they're the reoccurring characters. But definitely interested to see how the show
I don't
progresses.
remember him for the other one too, but I guess I kind of do.
Oh yeah, he was the one that she like found on the trip, and then they were having sex all the time
Oh yeah.
and whatnot. But yes, definitely check out White Lotus if you have not watched it before.
Is it good so far?
Yeah,
I remember the first one. The first episode was like,
I had to watch a recap. I couldn't remember it.
yeah, I couldn't really remember it either. So
And also, there's no more Sydney Sweeney, so no more potentially.
Oh, she was in that, right?
Sydney Sweeney's titties. Yeah.
Titties.
All right, next we have music. So Black Panther 1, the movie is in theaters as of today, Friday, November 11th.
I'll probably go see it next week.
The soundtrack. Well, before I even talk about the soundtrack for the original Black Panther was phenomenal. In my opinion, best movie soundtrack ever.
Yeah, it was up there because Kendrick executive produced.
Yes. Kendrick was
the first one.
Yeah,
Yes.
the first one was hard. It was Kendrick
Yes.
and what was the producer? It wasn't Dr. Dre.
No, it wasn't Dr. Dre. I can't remember.
Jay-Z.
But it was pretty much like a TDE
It was
project.
A TDE. It was a TDE project.
So this one, bro, it's ass juice.
Well, this one's Rihanna and Tim's.
Yeah,
So the
Rihanna.
vibe's totally different.
So, but the
okay.
thing is, going in, seeing that,
It's
I was
Riri.
like, oh, Rihanna and Tim's. Like, this shit about to be lit as fuck. Bro, like, I'm sure when you watch the movie and you hear the music, it sounds amazing. But just listening to it as an album, it's like, this is not that great.
I'm not going to listen to it until I watch the movie. And
Yeah.
I think because after watching the movie and listening to the Black Panther album, the original, it made sense.
Yeah.
So I have to watch the movie.
You watched the movie first, you saying?
Yeah, you have
But
to watch the movie first.
even the first one, you can just listen to that album and
Oh,
it sounds like an album.
Agree, but I
Yeah.
feel like with this one you have to watch, and also with Rihanna and Tim's doing it, in this movie, the new Black Panther being more women centric, I just think the vibe's gonna be different.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if there's gonna
But
be a
the thing
Killmonger
is,
in
there's
Black Panther.
also, and again, I
'Cause no
love
one's
South
perfect.
Florida. I love living in Miami. I love my Latinx people. But there's mad, like,
There's Snow the product.
there's mad Hispanic and Latin songs on this. And I'm like, I mean, yes, there's Latinx, Afro-Latinas and whatnot, but there's no correlation between Latin music and
Africa.
Wakanda. So I was just,
I mean, there's a lot of Latin music is based in African and spiritual.
oh yes, 100%. I just listening to the album, I'm like, why is there so many Spanish songs?
I mean, I listened. The
Spanish.
only song I listened to is Snow the Product and E40.
Yeah.
And I did the same.
And
What the
that
fuck? This
song was
ass juice.
Listen, I know I get on E40 all the time, but like I said, one, he had no reason to be on this album, and then 2 specifically to be on that song at all.
Snow the Product didn't have a. I was like, bro, what is this?
Yeah. So once E40 came on, I'm like, why? Why is this nigga on this song right
And
now?
Rihanna.
Yeah.
That song didn't get me excited about the project, but
You listened to that before I sent the message in Discord, or you
no, I
listened
only
after?
listened because you
And so you agreed that shit sucked.
because Snow the Product's part sucked.
Oh, see, I thought E40's part sucked.
No, I thought E40 it's an E40 verse. It's straight. I was just like, it was weird because Snow the Product did like 2 verses in Spanish.
Yeah.
And then E40 comes on and raps in English, and I'm like, bro, it doesn't sound cohesive.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to think like, damn, is it Hispanic niggas in the new Black Panther too?
Bro, there's
Hispanic
I
nigga.
think there's at least 3 songs that are like in Spanish. It just threw me off. I wasn't expecting that at all. And again, Bad Bunny, album of the year to me.
Her
but
wasn't on it, right?
I don't think so.
Her kills every movie.
Yeah.
I think they wanted
song.
from the track list. It looked like they wanted more people from the diaspora,
Yeah.
which cool, but make that shit sound good.
Got you.
But I haven't, like I said, I listened to that one song and I was like, no, I'm gonna wait till I watch the movie because I want to judge it.
Yeah. All right, you had King Disease 3 on there.
Yes,
Go ahead.
not at all. This is a really good album.
I'm not even gonna fall for it. I'm not listening to it,
I
but
know
I
you're not
will.
gonna
I
listen to
will.
it.
I will listen to your review.
You're not gonna listen to it because you're a Nas hater, but
Have you listened to it, or have you just listened to people listening to it on YouTube?
no, I listened to it 3 times today.
On YouTube.
How was it?
It's phenomenal.
Is it better than 1 or 2?
Bro, it's gonna be phenomenal no matter what.
Yes.
He could have not heard it.
The thing is, bro,
What is the order of the 3?
the thing is, bro, is weird. Like, cause the album run that Nas is on right now is insane. His last 5 drops, in my opinion, have been good since 2008.
Yeah.
Since Nasir dropped, he's dropped Nasir, and a lot of Nas fans don't like Nasir, which is wild to me because I love Nasir.
Yeah.
But to go from Nasir to King Disease 1 to King's Disease 2 to Magic to King's Disease 3, those are all great albums.
Bro, how many diseases?
Those are
And
all great albums.
The only one that I vividly remember is Magic, and that shit sucked, bro. And I know you think I'm a Nas hater, which I do not like Nas, but I won't say
You
I'm a
don't
hater.
like Nas.
But Magic was terrible.
No,
bro.
are you insane?
Magic was terrible.
What was so bad about it?
Phil is like Nas is Drake for Luke.
Yeah.
Nas is to Phil as Drake is to
but
Luke.
Nas is my GOAT, yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So you're like, Luke is never gonna be like, that Drake album was trash.
Like King
Or bad.
Disease 1 and 2, like it's not for me, but I can understand why people like. Whereas Magic, I just thought.
I thought Magic was better than
Really?
King's Disease 1 and 2, yeah. I think, like, for me, it's like his projects have been getting better and better and better. And, like, this one is no features, straight Nas rapping, and Hit Boy's production is great. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
But I'm a Nas. Nas is my GOAT. I don't know, as a Nas fan.
Any standout tracks on the album?
Ooh,
All of
yeah.
them. I love
No.
all of them.
My favorites so far are probably, he has like a 3-song run, which is fire. Thun, Michael and Quincy, 30. Hood to Hood, Recession Proof and Reminisce. Like that right there is just boom.
And you said there's no features on this?
Snow features, straight Nas.
Okay.
And I think they
Yuck.
did that intentionally. I don't know. I think it's a phenomenal
Yeah,
album, bro.
yeah. No, I'm messing.
And I've been watching, like, I watched a couple reaction channels and they shared the same sentiment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you also put WizKid on there. I saw he dropped. I didn't get a chance to listen to that though.
Fire.
I'm gonna definitely
You'll
listen
like
to that
it.
tomorrow.
He has a song with Skillet Bang.
Okay.
Goes so hard, bro. It's just so hard. It's like, this one's
Oh,
better
you
than.
said it's so hard. I thought you said it's so horrible.
No, it goes so hard. It's called Slip and Slide. That shit bang. Luke's gonna love that song.
Yeah.
But I think this one's better than Burners.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is like the wizkid from 2008 album. So this is the wizkid off of not Made in, although Made in Logos was fire. This was closer to Sounds from the Other Side, which I
Got
think
you.
was his best one. Yeah, man.
Nah, I'm gonna definitely check that WizKid album out. I just didn't have the opportunity to listen today because I was listening to that bum ass.
It's weird that they
Black
got
Panther album.
Ayo as his essential album when I thought sounds from the other side is better. But
Really?
yeah, but this shit go. I'm probably gonna listen to this on the way home because it's just the vibes is immaculate.
I'm gonna listen once y'all leave. But we can move on to sports. So NFL, Jeff Saturday announced as the interim head coach for the rest of the NFL
His press
season.
conference was lit.
Yes, it was.
Or like that. At least the clip I saw from it.
So I feel like there are definitely split feelings, I guess, or mixed feelings, we'll say, as far as Jeff Saturday becoming head coach because, one, people of color, we would like to see more black coaches get an opportunity. I saw Joy Taylor. She kind of went in on NFL teams with hiring white coaches, and she did make a good point that Reggie Wayne is currently on staff. So why did Reggie Wayne not get an opportunity to be the head coach, whereas Jeff Saturday, he's only coached high school, hasn't coached college, hasn't coached NFL, so why did he get named the head coach? But I will say I am a fan of Jeff
And
Saturday.
he's an analyst too, so
Yeah,
I think that-
so he is an analyst, and he was also
He's a consultant for them.
Yes,
for
a
years.
consultant for the Colts.
Yeah.
But being a consultant isn't being any type of position coach
True,
or a
but
head
when
coach.
you've been a consultant, you find weaknesses in their game.
Yeah,
So.
but
And-
I think we can all agree that Reggie Wayne, if he is on staff, I think he's the receivers coach, deserves more of an opportunity than Jeff Saturday.
Oh, I'm not arguing that, but I also
Yeah.
think that Jeff Saturday, in terms of like Colts players, and when you talk about Colts players and like status rank, he's right under Peyton Manning.
yeah.
I think more people would say Jeff Saturday was more important than Reggie Wayne
yeah.
in terms of the Colts run.
I mean, it is debatable.
He has a
But-
poster on the side of their arena still.
And
Yeah.
Reggie Wayne was like wide receiver too for them too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Like in the order, like
It's a pecking order, yeah.
But even for a
I
while,
understand
'cause
the hire.
Yeah, so I do as well. And it's interesting for me. Because I know you're a big time Eagles fan. I don't know if you're on message boards or anything like that, but as a Canes fan, big time Canes fan, I'm on their message boards, and it's always frustrating for me to see because it's like they always want to keep stuff in house. It's like anytime we want a coaching change, it's like let's hire a previous Canes player, let's hire a previous Canes coach or some shit like that. And it's like, why? No, like this shit hasn't worked for us. So it's interesting to see the Colts hire a previous Colts player just because he's a Colts player. Again, zero coaching experience.
But it's
and-
also an interim position, though.
Yeah, it is. So for the Colts, it's kind of a win-win position because it's like, all right, we could just kind of fuck around and see how this works out. If it doesn't work out, we fire him at the end of the season. If it works out, then now we look like geniuses. So it's not anything bad for the Colts at all.
Yeah, and from an owner's perspective, you give someone that you admire and got a connection to a shot.
Yeah.
With low expectations, people already think you're gonna suck. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, if it works out, cool.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's
Grant-
tough because like if Reggie Wayne would have gotten it and then lost a job at the end of the year, everyone would have been saying he didn't get a
He
fair
didn't get a
chance.
fair
Yeah.
shake. Yeah.
So
it's nepotism,
it's tough. Yeah.
but at the same time, it's the NFL. You can't tell an owner what to do, and we know that black coaches wouldn't get that position. Like, we get it. But
And the
that's
thing is, I
also
don't even know what they would
relationships.
want. Like I would want
You
them
would
to
want
get
it.
that. Yeah, to get an interim head coach position.
You want it just because you want the opportunity. But at the same time, even though it's not a fair shake.
Oh no! I'm saying, of course, if I was trying to coach, I would
Yeah.
want that. But I don't know as like an outsider if I would want that because they suck. So they could very easily just be like, oh, we're gonna move on and hire another like a white guy or whatever at the end of it, you know.
Yeah, because they don't even have a quarterback. So
So I wouldn't want that because it's like, if I was a coach and if I was on the coach's desk, of course I would want to be the head coach. One, but two, like as an outsider, I'm like, I don't know if I want that for him. I'd rather a better opportunity for him.
Yeah.
Or a start of like have an off season, not just pick up in the middle of it kind of opportunity because
Yeah.
you could be criticized for that, and then it might even take longer for you to get your shot. Say they do well, like Jeff Saturday does well, keeps that job, and Reggie Wayne was a big part of that success. He can go somewhere else,
Yeah.
and if something like, I don't know, you know, I'm just speculating.
Yeah.
I was just tripping on it because I
Like-
mean, I get it. I can see both sides, and I understand. Like, hey, it goes back to it's not what you know. It's who you know. And it's
Exactly.
always gonna be who you know.
Exactly.
I can't knock you for having connections. Like, my baby need more black people in those positions.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
But like AJ said, just Saturday's opening press conference was pretty lit. Definitely would have me run through a brick wall for him. So I do wish him success. Of course, I would like to see Reggie Wayne get an opportunity. So I don't want to take away from just
Hell,
Saturday.
Gus
So,
Bradley's on that staff, and he more deserving to be at the head coach
Yeah.
than Reggie Wayne.
yeah.
And he's the coordinator, one of the
Yeah.
coordinators. So
But like I'm saying, I do wish just Saturday success. So we'll see how that goes. NBA, before we get to the jerseys, are there any NBA topics or news that y'all want to bring up?
Jazz are hooping.
Yes, Jazz are they still number one team
Yeah,
in the
they're
West?
number one in the West.
Which is crazy.
Cavs are hooping too, but I still I've been saying it for the longest time. I think the Jazz won the trade
Yeah.
for Mitchell.
I haven't watched anything, so I don't know.
Got you. So this past Wednesday, was it that all the city jerseys were released? Was it Wednesday, AJ? Or
Yeah,
Tuesday?
I mean technically Thursday, Wednesday at midnight, or Thursday at midnight is when he went live. But
Got you.
everyone's was announced Thursday.
Got you. So I've seen a lot of hot takes about these jerseys. I've seen a lot of people say that there's only a couple of good jerseys.
I like the Wizards ones a lot.
Yes.
Like if you have the jersey and the pant and the shorts together, it's
Yes.
super clean.
I feel like there's only a couple of jerseys that I dislike. Like I feel like I like majority that like Atlanta to me is probably my favorite one.
Oh really?
Yeah, I love
I didn't like
Atlanta
it.
jerseys. Really?
Yeah, it was weak to
Bro,
me.
I fucking loved Atlanta's jerseys.
Why?
I
Just the font or
The
what?
font and the pink and the gradient and the numbers. I love Atlanta's jerseys. Celtics, I'm a Celtics hate. I'm a Lakers fan, so I hate the
Yeah, we
Celtics.
got the pick in the Discord.
Yeah, but I love the Celtics jerseys. I've seen a lot of memes about Charlotte because there is a CLT, so clit, so people making jokes about that.
Brooklyn is weak, I think. And I feel like it's what they did the past 2 years, no?
Yeah, but it's in white. But I feel like that's the same with the Heat. Like they just flipped it from black to white.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Chicago, they didn't understand the assignment. Dallas, whatever. The Warriors, in my opinion, have the worst jersey. Like the Warriors are terrible with the yellow rose.
I thought they were somewhere okay.
I didn't like Detroit's that much.
See, I've seen a lot of people say that they do like Detroit.
I mean, maybe there's a story behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know it. Warriors, yeah, with the rose, it looks kind of weak. New York, it just seems like
Yeah.
a regular
York's-
New York
yeah,
jersey.
Exactly. Memphis, Luke said he did not like Memphis. I actually really like Memphis's jerseys.
What do you like about it?
I mean, there's nothing that I dislike about it. That's the thing.
It just looks regular.
Yeah, it looks regular, but I don't dislike them.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying it's one
Clippers
of my
is kind of cool.
favorites.
Pacers
Yeah.
is whatever.
Houston's I really like. It's their
The Houston's looks like
it's their throwback jersey, but I
Right.
really like those throwback jerseys. Like
Yeah.
theirs and the Atlanta Hawks and the Portland Trailblazers are like my three favorite throwback jerseys.
I like Portland's, yeah.
Interesting.
Orlando looks like a jersey they've already released. So is the Thunders.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thunders look basic.
I haven't
Sacramento's
seen
whatever, Spurs is
anyone.
cool.
I haven't seen anyone say anything good or bad about Phillies, but I do really like Phillies. Brotherly love,
Yeah.
or it looks like maybe it says City of Brotherly Love.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't see what it says up top.
I don't like the
but-
font that much.
Yeah, but I like majority of the jerseys. There's only a handful that I dislike, and the ones that I dislike, it's because they didn't really try.
In person, the Heat one is very clean.
I feel like
I
most of them
believe
aren't
it.
ugly. They just they nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
Like they seem regular, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Like Washington's is kind of buns.
Oh, really? No, but Washington's is just lit.
And pink ones.
So, what's your favorite one, Phil?
And Washington did it in conjunction with the Phillies, which
I'd
kind
say
of gives it
probably
a little
Miami's.
let it up.
Miami's. I think I like Chicago's.
Just pick one. Which one's your favorite?
So it's hard for me to pick because like I don't know what the story is behind a lot of
Yeah.
these.
See, I don't care
And
about
the,
the story.
The
but if you
story is
just-
a lot of it. Like
The story is important, but just based off looks, which is your favorite?
based off looks, and I haven't seen everyone's top and bottoms together.
I like Miami's.
But
Miami.
Just because I like the fonts. I like the how you can switch it up and customize it.
Yeah.
That's just hard
Cleveland's
to
is
me.
cool.
And I think that's
Uh,
consensus that everyone thinks Cleveland's is the best, which is rare because Cleveland doesn't do a lot of
Yeah,
shit.
they're usually weak.
That mashup is fire.
Mashup is very like I probably am gonna pick Miami's, but that's just because I know all the details and stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, I
don't
like the
think-
Wizards a lot.
I don't think Cleveland's is that fire.
What? You were bugging.
I don't.
Cleveland's are clean.
I like
as
court-
I
their
actually
court
like
is
the, I
lit.
like the Celtics. That green and gold
Yeah.
colorway is fire.
Yeah, Atlanta to me is my favorite.
Wow, that's weird.
Simple but clean. The nice little pink gradient.
Yeah, nah.
Beautiful.
Give me give me Miami's or not the land. That shit kind of bonds to me.
Who you said whose buns?
The land just don't look that good to me.
Bro, just because it says the land,
I just don't think it's that live.
bro.
Like,
There's
I think it's kind of get hyped, but that's just
nah.
me.
You bugging.
Look with the shorts.
I don't like that.
Still
bro.
no?
I still don't like it.
I think that's
No,
so
Yeah.
lit.
man.
That's tough.
Yeah, I would probably say probably Miami's.
Mashup is the best just because you can like
It's the
You
font
can make
that
it
makes
your
it so
own.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, you can change the numbers. You can get a Jimmy Butler jersey and either choose to keep his numbers that he chose, or just make your own numbers, or you
Yeah.
can just get your own jersey and select your numbers as well
And so I used to hate
and
that
personalize it. Yeah.
until I figured out that you could customize it, and I do think that is pretty dope. But all right, off of NBA.
Oh,
we
and
ha-
also with the Miami one, only because I know all these details, but every like detail in all of it, like the gold, like outline and trim, is
yeah,
based off the gold rope that they put on around the Heat floor when they thought the Spurs were gonna win,
oh yeah,
and then Ray Allen hit the shot. So there's
Yeah.
just so many like hidden gems and like little nuanced pieces in there for like if you're a true Heat fan, you remember these moments that
Yeah.
that are represented.
that's tough. That's tough. But last but not least, we have Israel Adesanya. He is fighting tomorrow night. I don't know who his
Style bender.
opponent is, but
Alex Pereira.
Pereira.
I will always
Alex Pereira.
cheer
It's
for
Pereira.
the
No, it's
style
Pereira.
bender.
It's Pereira? I thought it was Pereira.
No, it's Pereira.
Huh.
But you sent the interview. He was on the pivot. I thought that was a very good interview.
Fire.
But I
love
love Izzy.
Same.
I'm always going to cheer for him. So
Should be a good fight, buddy.
Yes,
Buddy beat
definitely.
him twice in,
Yeah,
in
in
kickboxing.
kickboxing.
Knocked him out the second time, and this first one was a decision. So, but this MMA, so it's different.
And like, he's a different beast now. Like he's
yes,
Yeah.
beaten so many people, defended so many. Like every time you think, like when he lost, when he went up and fought Jan in light heavy, he came back to middle weights, and you can tell it was like, these are little boys to him. Like this
Yeah.
is crazy. Like
yeah,
people,
but Pereira. He's huge, and he got knockout power, and all it takes is one shot.
yeah. And, I mean, this is most of the fights with Izzy will be boring because people don't really test him, but I think he's someone who's gonna push
Yeah.
him. So
So do y'all think it goes the distance? All whatever
No.
rounds?
I think Izzy's gonna knock him out probably fourth round. I don't know if Pereira, his name's Alex
Yeah.
Palatans Pereira. Him, I don't know if he can last because he hasn't really fought that many rounds, and his ascension's been kind of quick. Like he didn't have to fight
Yeah.
all the people that Izzy's had to fight because Izzy beat them all, and there's like we can't put anyone else up against him because he's beat them all already.
Because he knocked him out, so he got a
He's
shot.
lapped everybody. Like
yeah.
he's beat people. Robert Whitaker twice, Cannonier once, Derek Brunson, he beat him once or twice. Marvin Vettori, he beat him twice. I don't know.
I got you. And again, apologize to the listeners because we are recording this on Friday night. Obviously, the fight is happening Saturday night, and the podcast will be out Tuesday. So you will already know our takes as well as the final decision. But are there any other major fights happening tomorrow?
Yeah, Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler will be a
okay.
fun one.
That's a good one.
That's the one people are like probably more excited about, just because.
Well, yeah, it's two big name fighters right there.
Yeah. Who do you think wins that one, Phil?
Poirier.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Chandler.
I think Poirier's on.
I think Chandler has to win too. Just because he came in with so much hype, and like he lost, won. I mean, lost, won. I don't know. I just think he's.
I think Poirier's.
I think he's still. Yeah, I think Chandler's a little hungrier though.
I don't know. I just think Poirier's a better fighter, so we gonna see.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be such a big card because of the Adesanya. Like that's a statement win.
Yeah.
Like all eyes on
Where
him.
is the fight taking place? Y'all know?
I think it's Madison.
No, Madison.
Yeah, Madison
you're
Square Garden, New York.
Because they gave him Knicks jerseys.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
but yeah,
Isn't
I don't
there
know.
a
I think
females-
I really
isn't there a
think Michael
females on that
Chandler
card?
wins. Yeah, I think Zhang Weili
and,
and Esparza. I think her name is.
yeah, but Zhang's the challenger, right?
I think she lost.
Speaking of, you just said females. I seen a tweet earlier today.
Or women, I don't know.
You said what?
Is it women or female? I don't fucking know.
Women, but it was pretty much
But
saying.
in the fight thing, I think you would say I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe women's.
But
fight
it was
or
pretty much saying that black men calling women females is the same thing as white men calling black men boy.
Shut the fuck up.
And I mean, I try not to call women females, but it is absolutely not the same fucking shit. At all.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta make a distinction, especially now with gender being so fluid.
Yeah. But a lot of people were in the replies and whatnot saying that it's only problematic when you say female in like a certain type of context. It's like if you just saying it friendly or whatever, that like how you just said it, that's not problematic. But if you like these females,
Females be wild.
yeah, exactly, then that's problematic. But anyways, y'all had anything else about the fight or just anything in general?
Nah, man, there's a lot of fights going on this weekend. I'm excited, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
You think we're gonna get any fights at the fight, Phil? I'm ready.
Nah. Niggas don't be on that with us.
Where are y'all going tomorrow? Where's that fight
Sway
taking place?
nightclub.
Same place you fought at?
Because it's
All
combat night, so it's same promotion.
All right, you gonna bring the good juju?
I hope so, man. We hopefully we can go 3-0 and end the year everybody winning. So that's the plan.
Yeah. But all right, it's been another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 89.
For your listening pleasure only.
Yes. Phil hit the drop. Getting close to that 100. Peace.